Are you guys seeing what's going on? Holy moly. I've got community members sending me this. People are getting text messaged this. People are getting paid. Apparently, if you want to make $200 and you go talk to your friends about picking camel, well, like I said, everyone in Georgia and some other places are getting paid up to $200. Here's another one. Michigan. Holy smokes. And I was sent this saying that they're bussing people to make it look like the crowd's bigger than it really is. So me, I had to validate, see if it was for real, and oh my gosh. It wasn't just one, it was a whole bunch. And we've covered this in another video, but if you didn't see it, well, let's just say it's the biggest one out there. They're trying to buy all the homes, all the property in the entire United States. That's what I'm hearing. I'm gonna give you some more information on that. And it's already starting. Bags of mail getting ripped off. Questionable, are they containing ballots? And put on your seatbelts. I got a lot more where that came from. And as far as weather, everything down there is about to get hammered. If you're in Puerto Rico, you're experiencing a lot of stormy weather, riptide warnings all across the Atlantic side. And if you're on the inside of the Caribbean going up into the Gulf and you're Florida, holy moly, you got Tropical Storm Raphael just pumping up the engines. Florida, you're not out of the woods yet. Looks like Jamaica's in the path, Cuba's in the path, you got Cancun, Mexico in the path, and the Gulf of Mexico, and you've got all the interior states up there of the Gulf. It's gonna get hit by this. We don't know if this is gonna turn into something major, but we'll tell you what the timeline looks like on that one. With that, we got a lot of important information you guys should know today coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. All right, guys, got a lot to unpack here, a lot of good information you're not going to see on mainstream, if you know what I mean. Now, we're going to cover some election stuff, some crazy stuff that you should know, because, hey, it plays a part on how it shapes our lives moving forward. That's why we got to cover it, meaning it affects us. And my thing is all about being informed and prepared. So you're not going to see me swing hard for this guy or that guy. What you're going to see me swinging hard for is this being a place for everyone, whether you're on the left or the right or you're libertarian. What I'm swinging for is getting us all here and getting us thinking so that we can think through our own stuff and make decisions based off of being thinkers, not blind and just doing what you're told. So we're either going to wake some people up or we're going to shake them and change some minds. If you like that approach, hit me with a thumbs up. Tell me what you think down in the comments. For a lack of better terms, got to grow the church, if you know what I mean. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way I do, checking in on the polls, but if you're like me, I go to everywhere. I'll go to CNN, I'll go to Fox News, I'll go to Newsmax. I hit all of them, and then I hit media guys like myself to see what they're digging up. And the crazy thing is that just makes me not even want to watch is you go over here, for example, CNN, you know exactly who's leading in all the polls. You go over here to Fox, the polar opposite, supposedly, and you got that person leading all the polls. So clearly there's bias on both sides, which makes me feel like you can't follow this thing. We got to just encourage everyone to get out there and vote, do their part, because hey, I look at it this way. I know some of you guys just get frustrated and you get pissed and you're like, I'm not voting. My vote doesn't count. Look, if you don't try, I don't even see why you can complain about the results, right? If it's rigged, it's rigged, but you doing your part is you doing your part, and at least you can say you did your part and nothing's getting left hanging on you, and you got all the right in the world to complain as much as you want. Let me know if my mind's on the right track with that or if I'm just completely nuts. All right, let's get through some of this sketchy stuff that I probably won't be able to even, man, the last vid I put out, guys, nope. They've already cut my, you know what I mean, in half from a year ago. And the last one that I put out, they ain't giving me a dime on it. So this has lately been me out of my whole heart, stepping outside of all my other business operations that I got going on that needs my attention to get you guys information for pennies on the dollar in reality. But this is where I come in on helping the situation, getting people informed. So I got sent this by one of you guys. It says, it's a post. A lot of these are ex posts, and I think the validity of them is pretty good. It says these texts are being sent to voters in Georgia who are being offered stipends up to $200 to talk to their friends about Camel and Walzer. These are coming from random numbers, so this is like spam, but coming from a political side in the nick of time. This is a snapshot of somebody's phone, allegedly in Georgia. It says, hey, election day is next week. We're looking for voting ambassadors to talk to their friends about Camel and Walzer. WA up to 200 stipend. It's completely remote. Want to join? Stop to quit. You ruin the economy. You send inflation through the roof. Everyone's living what used to be $1 on a dime, and now you're inviting them to $200, which, I mean, could that be taxpayer money? We don't know. To swing in a left or right position. And it looks like a left one on this case. Disclaimer, this is a reaction video and this is for entertainment purposes only. As far as I know, all this is lies. Do your own research. Then another person sent me this. I thought this was fitting. Holy smokes. It doesn't even stop at getting, I imagine these people are getting paid too. This one's from the Insurrection Barbie. We have never ever seen Trumpski use a fleet of buses to bring in people for any of his rallies. Instead, you see hordes of people lined up outside for hours beforehand. That's how you know the Camel entire camp is one giant psyop. Okay, I can validate the T rallies are gargantuous. They're huge. They're passionate people for the flag and a lot more. Everything I've ever seen on the opposition side has been crickets. Or you got people showing up to a concert. You think they're there for the one thing or the concert, right? And then the musicians that they pick, have you listened to the lyrics? Holy moly. Representing a presidential candidate? Oh my, it's absolutely asinine. So anyway, this photo shows a bus and it says that they're offloading people to this Pittsburgh resident type of rally or something over there. And they're trying to up the numbers that are not going to be booing, I guess. So me doing what I do, I had to validate it. And holy moly, it wasn't more than those two buses. It was a fleet of buses, luxury buses. This one right here says from Jack Poso, if I said that right, breaking, we just found that the bus that is busing in the Camel supporters in Allentown, Massachusetts, another conspirator proven 100% right. I guess people were saying it wasn't true. And as you guys can see, it's from J&J Luxury Transportation. And these people are just coming off in groves. I can't imagine how many that huge gargantuous bus could hold, but people are just piling out. I'm not gonna play the audio just because they're gonna say a bunch of stuff that can't be said. People are irritated, but you guys can look at this video and see exactly what's going on. So like I said, I validated this and check this out. Boom, guys, look at this. Look at, allegedly this is Camel bringing bus loads to her rally, not lines in Pittsburgh residents. This is located in Homestead, Massachusetts. The buses don't stop. They just keep going. These are huge luxury buses. I'm guessing 1,000 people could fit on the ones that we've seen already almost. Guessing at least 50 to 100 people per bus. Folks, it's going and going and going. They're renting out every single bus company around the world. Look at it keeps going as far as you can see. Have you guys ever heard of old Trumpski busing anyone in? Like I said, I'm not trying to lean towards Trumpski, but I'm just talking about level playing field. What I would almost consider scandalous measures. Now we've got offering money, busing in people from who knows where. I mean, the stops that are being made, and maybe there's stuff that old Trumpski's doing. If so, put it down in the comments. I haven't heard anything. I heard about some kind of $1 million drawing or something a while back. I didn't really look into it. Haven't heard about it recently, but you want to hear more about that $200 people are getting texted? Because I got more on that. Might as well throw this one in real quick. Reports are coming in from Pennsylvania that voting machines across the western part of the state are experiencing issues due to problems with their flash drives. Machines are reportedly failing to scan ballots, with poll workers saying these will be scanned in later. Saying scanned in later is the equivalent of saying this is safe and effective. Now, I reported on this just the other day. Like I said, ain't gonna make a dime on it because you know why. And those folks were saying the same thing. Power went out. They were saying, just fill it out manually, hand it in, and we'll put them in the system later. And everyone that was working there was, on what side. And then there was another one where the policemen were shutting them down 3-4 hours early and kicking everybody back out. We don't have enough help. Everybody needs to leave. Supposed to be open till 4:30. They closed it at 1:45 and saying turning people away from voting. You can't. Sorry, is this Venezuela? You know what I mean? I mean, not to say Venezuela. I mean, there's great people in Venezuela too, but the way things were ran down there, and you know, like we're getting to that level. This coming in from the apes. Holy shiznit. Camel text messages offering $200 to support that campaign. I got this gal right here is claiming that she got a text message offering me $200 to vote for that side. You can pause to read proof in the video. She takes a screenshot of her phone. This may have not been from that campaign even, but could have been from some faulty people involved. This is what this girl got on her phone, per she states. And she also goes on, you're telling me this isn't rigged. Let's play the tape. Old school terms, tape. Yeah, let's just see what she has to say. I might bleep out a couple words that I just don't want to be reiterated on here. And I'm sure you guys will know exactly what fits in, right?
I got a text message offering me $200 to vote for Kamala Harris. You can pause to read, but I'll just give you a quick little... You're telling me that this election isn't rigged?
Let's pause to read. They're even coming in with a name. Hi, it's Sam with Turn Out the Vote. We have only 2 days until election. This is your last chance to join us as voting ambassador to make sure everyone knows how important it is to vote for Camel this fall. It's fully remote and you can earn up to $200, period. Interested? Question mark. Stop to quit. So obviously this is getting sent out to mass of people. So this gal, I'm sure curious, writes yes, not knowing that she's probably not on board. It replies, awesome, here's a link to apply. And there's clearly a link there. You guys could probably even click that. Make $200 if that's the way you're going. Are you able to complete this form right now? And then she replied, smart reply, is it legal to be offering me compensation to vote a certain way? I just want to make sure I'm not gonna get in any trouble. Reply, compensating organizers for their work is important. Compensation is never tied to votes. Have a good one. What do you guys take from that? Just maybe I don't know anything. Just tell me down in the comments. This is kind of crazy. It's not the only one. Check it out. Look at this. This is coming from right here. I mean, this is just a whole thread of people are like, yep, I've gotten 3 of these. I've gotten 2 of these. They all say a little bit different. And there's threads of these. If you guys go on to X or other places, you guys can seriously see proof of this. You're probably in areas where you're already getting them, right? Whoa, $400? Back it up. Hi, I'm in New Jersey and have received 2. Hey, we're looking for voting ambassadors to talk to their friends about Camel in Walzer. WA up to 400 stipend. It's completely remote. Want to join? $400? I'd join that one over the other one. Hey, just so you know, that's what's happening. I don't know if it's completely legal, if it's not legal, if it's a gray area. You guys will have to tell me down in the comments. Tell me if you guys, a lot of you guys know a lot more than I do. I do a lot of research. I try to rattle the bag for a lot of folks just to get people doing their own research. That's kind of my thing. You guys do a great job all the time at informing me. Check this one out. Remember how I told you that old Vanguard has been buying out loans off of a bunch of mortgage companies, and after this whole Hurricane Helene came through and probably ruined a whole bunch of properties where they never thought that they needed flood insurance, and now their whole home's wrecked. Well, a certain company came in and started buying up all of these contracts. And right here, old Vancer from Apes says, confirms they will take on Blacker Rock, buying up all American properties. This is so huge. Vancer expose, while Americans are being forced to borrow at 7% interest rate, Blacker Rocker is getting rates as low as 1.5. This is the bait thing, guys. Yeah, 1.5, you want 1.5, but why are they offering 1.5 to collectively try to gain control of all property? I've read this disclaimer, might not be true, but why would they be greasing the wheel to get at the handle on everyone's property for a very attractive 1.5? How does this turn? How does this turn down the road? 7% sucks. 1.5 is great. Do we trust the company or corporation or whatever, the huge monopoly that they have? And we're talking like 98, I think they own 98% of everything you buy at stores. 98%. They control just about everything. When we get issues with products, and I've went into this in the past, where you got toxic ingredients and this and that. And then there's liability claims, and then there's lawsuits, and then there's settlements so that it can stay on the shelf, and they just pay the people to be quiet. Millions of dollars, even if they've had family members not make it. I've told you this before. It's called profit over people. Well, that same monopoly umbrella now wants to buy everyone's property. What do you think they're gonna do? I'm not exactly trusting the scenario. Just like I said, keeping you guys informed on what's really happening out there, and so it don't catch you by surprise. Can we stop it? I don't know. But we can be aware and prepare the best we can, and at least know and spread the word. I think the more of us knowing what's really going on is for the better, because then we all can collectively do something. At least be aware and be prepared. That's one. Then we can all group together and figure out how to stop whatever's wrong with the picture. Right here in this video, you can see another post, another thing that we're already dealing. We've seen this in the past. Breaking. An individual was caught on tape in the Crown Heights neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, in the act of stealing bag containing mail. It is possible that the bag contained election ballots. Dude, this guy looks like he should be like holding up a 7-Eleven, and he's grabbing mail. You know he's getting paid. It is possible that the bag contained election ballots. Crown Heights has a large Jewish population, and many are voting for Trumpsker. He even closed the ballot box back up. I mean, this guy had some instruction, and he's wearing Crocs. And real quick, if you're down even close to the Gulf, like inland, I don't know, these storms could turn into something crazy. We've already learned that just with the last couple. Right here, you can see Puerto Rico is experiencing storm-like conditions, lots of riptide warnings, but on the inside, we've got Tropical Storm Raphael just getting primed and pumped. It says tropical storm force wind speed probabilities, and we've got red. That means 70 miles an hour on that inside, and that's really close to Jamaica, Cuba. But this thing is heading up towards Florida, Alabama, Georgia. It's gonna clip Mexico. If I get the chance to give you guys some upfront and personal, I might just head over there and give you guys some boots on the ground. Right here, you can see just a couple days ago, the projection of where Tropical Storm Raphael was gonna head, where it's gonna be Wednesday, Thursday, and then up into the Gulf. And this is how it's changed. This is just 2 hour ago projection from Fox Weather on where this thing is going. It is currently around Jamaica right now and going to hit Havana tomorrow. And when you guys see this video, this will only be about 4 or 5 hours old. And it's now they're saying instead of swinging more towards Tampa, it's going to be swinging more towards Texas, New Orleans, Alabama. And right now we're 75. Tomorrow will go into 85 mile an hour winds. Thursday and Friday, 85 mile an hour winds. And then Saturday it'll drop down to 70. And then Sunday it'll drop down to 50 and probably be hitting New Orleans with 50 mile an hour if things don't change. Last time things started changing for the worst, because the water, well, this is one of the factors. The water's really, really warm, so we don't know what's going to happen there in the Gulf. So anyway, I wanted to touch on that storm because that is also happening right now. It will affect a lot of people. And as regarding the election, what do I think is going to happen? I don't think we're going to know anything today. I mean, I think that we're going to see some polls close. I think that there's going to be a lot of argument on the legitimacy. Right now, they're leading us to believe that it's a really tight race. Now, do you think it's a tight race? Tell me down in the comments. Do you guys think it's a tight race right now? Or do you think that one side should be a lot higher, and which side? Let us know. I don't think we're going to know anything for a little bit. I think there's going to be some arm wrestle. I saw reports of New York. A lot of places in New York are already starting to board up windows. We got the White House, I think, already locked down. Full perimeter precautionaries. I mean, you've got Washington, Oregon, Nevada, and I think a couple other places already calling in the National Guard, getting ready for unrest. I mean, today's not the day. Tomorrow, we're going to see where the dust settles a little bit and what type of stuff we're up against. I don't think we're going to have an affirmative answer for probably a few days, and then we're going to have to see what we're up against. I think we're going to see arguments. We're going to see the hoops that we got to go through to hopefully see what the fair balance comes down to. So you can bet I'll be keeping you posted. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Helps this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll keep you up to date. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.